Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
That's number 18. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
He's got Jack Doyle.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Check 53.
Watson off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Johnson on the counter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 20. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing on second down. Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing his Carr on third down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got him.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson.
Run and run him.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Back to throw, Watson. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down, Johnson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, 31!
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it, but it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs, and they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The throw over the middle taken in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Facing short yardage on 3rd down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit, because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play. Otherwise, he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goalpost.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go again.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now. Hard to believe. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Albert Wilson, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, They use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to...
This is caught inside the 15. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. To throw, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Carr. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams In the final seconds of the first half, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
All day, baby, all day.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Kill. Here we go.
Here's Carr.
Crunch time, defense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. Carr completes it, and finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On second and goal, Carr. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow. His reception goes for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Raiders 31, Texans 6.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
From the 38, Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Hey, Raider 2.
On 3rd down, Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on?
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Check 50.
Out of the gun, Watson. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Come on, fellas.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards. And he's going to go down again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Watson throwing on 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. We call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
To throw his Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Carr now to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback. As that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And this is a situation where defensively, Brandon, you're going to be so excited. It's getting late. You've got the lead. No reason to not just pin your ears back and go. Bring the pressure. And here they hit him as he's releasing the football, and that's going to help.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Play there for Houston. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go to Johnson again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Another run here with Sanders. And some space here. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Quick dad.
Raider 8. Come. 6-18.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose, but otherwise. Just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
That's good for a Texans
19.
first down.
Check. 53's mine.
First and 10 at
Quit
the
talking about it
36-yard
and bring
line.
it. 59. Why? Wide, get wide.
On first down, Watson. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive